This video is crafted with love and harmony. Any perspectives or opinions articulated in this video are personal and pertain solely to the content creator. These viewpoints are not intended to disparage any religion, ethnic group, association, organization, company, or individual.
What if we have been conditioned to accept certain information due to indoctrination from childhood? Have you ever considered that many of the factors that shape our identities are not a matter of choice, but rather the result of circumstances beyond our control? The human mind is often likened to a tabula rasa, a blank slate. It can also be conceived of as a mechanical entity or a computer, where the principle of garbage in, garbage out applies. The social environment encompassing family, religion, ethnicity, and education plays a pivotal role in molding an individual's psyche. A child acquires the language prevalent in their surroundings, adheres to the religious beliefs of their parents, or the dominant faith of their nation, and may be led to believe in the superiority of their race over others. As this child transitions into adulthood, exposure to a different language may render those sounds unintelligible, perceived as mere gibberish, because the auditory stimuli lack the meanings established by their original community. Languages consist of sounds imbued with significance, comprehensible only to the members of a particular group. Consequently, the language of another individual may simply be perceived as noise, for it exists outside the individual's cognitive programming. Similarly, the individual may hold an unwavering conviction that the religion to which they were exposed in childhood is the ultimate truth. Human beings often overlook the fact that they do not choose the country of their birth, the family into which they are born, or their socioeconomic status, whether affluent or impoverished. More frequently than not, individuals do not select their religion. Rather, their religion selects them. Furthermore, the physical attributes one possesses, those inherent natural characteristics, are not subject to personal choice. In essence, one could argue that nature makes these decisions on our behalf. Thus, humanity can be described as victims of circumstance. During the formative years, a child acquires knowledge of familial, cultural, moral, and religious values, standards deemed acceptable by members of their community. When confronted with values that starkly contrast their own, the individual may respond with incredulity. For instance, a typical African man might marvel at the notion of a child addressing their father by name, or engaging in a handshake with him, practices that are common in many European nations. In nearly every African country, it is customary for the man to marry the woman. However, in various other parts of the world, this order is often reversed. Also, in certain African societies, the wife is regarded as a form of sexual entertainment for the husband's acquaintances, while in numerous cultures, such acts are deemed taboo. I trust you grasp the essence of all the examples I have highlighted. A man simply adapts to the conventions and practices of his culture. Man is, however, shaped and molded by cultural norms. Given that culture is both dynamic and universal, individuals modify, assimilate new cultural elements, and discard aspects of their heritage that they perceive as erroneous or antiquated. This phenomenon could be described as the distinctiveness of humanity. In response to the exigencies of contemporary life, to integrate into the social, political, and economic spheres, individuals pursue fundamental education, attain academic degrees at various levels, acquire professional certifications, and even cultivate new skills. Furthermore, individuals obtain financial management acumen and explore novel investment opportunities. All these endeavors are aimed at living an idealistic life as prescribed by society. Failure to conform to societal standards is viewed as a pervasive affliction, a contagion that individuals strive to evade. He becomes a subject of mockery, derision, and ostracism. It is abundantly clear that individuals are inclined to learn, unlearn, and relearn in pursuit of an exemplary existence. However, when the subject of religion arises, one can observe the firewalls entrenched within the psyche of humanity, acting as a defensive mechanism. The slate inscribed upon in the human mind loudly proclaims, "What is inscribed upon me cannot be erroneous." You will hear individuals assert, "Serve your God in your own manner, and I shall serve God in my own way." Religion is a personal journey. You comprehend your divine relationship. All faiths ultimately lead to the same God. I do not engage in debates regarding religion. Believe what you wish. My faith represents the ultimate path to the divine. Conversely, those who eschew religious practices often proclaim, religion is a construct of humanity. There exists no God. Upon death, that is the end. Religion serves as an instrument of oppression and manipulation. The irony in these assertions lies in the unwavering conviction held by those who articulate them. They believe them with every fiber of their being. They assert these proclamations as manifest truths, harboring no doubt regarding their validity, while dismissing opposing views. Yet, could it be that all the assertions individuals make about religion hold true, even in the face of contradictory perspectives? We seldom pause to contemplate whether we might have been deceived. But what if you have been deceived? How would you ascertain the truth? How can you be certain that the very foundational principles upon which you have constructed your life are not, in fact, illusory? Are you impervious to falsehoods? Have you never been misled by someone you held in trust? Are you exempt from making errors? Have you never made a regrettable decision, whether in your career, business, relationships, marriage, or investments? Have you never suffered betrayal from someone you esteemed? These inquiries underscore the reality that we may have made erroneous decisions, believing them to be sound. Yet, when it pertains to religion, often an inheritance rather than a choice, we tend to assert with unwavering certainty that our selection is flawless and unequivocally correct. How convenient. However, given that you are not immune to deception, it is plausible that you have been misled and have embraced a falsehood.
Impossible. I know I am right. How could I be mistaken? I have had a profound encounter with God through my faith.
In articulating such sentiments, you express gratitude to the divine for the fortune of being born into the correct religion. Yet, you overlook the fact that adherents of myriad other faiths share a similar conviction. Thus, we inadvertently leave arguably the most significant aspect of human existence to chance. Ironically, while societies and religious institutions decry gambling, we engage in a far more consequential gamble regarding our beliefs. We exhibit little urgency in seeking the truth. We are merely content with the knowledge instilled in us during our formative years.
But there have been conversions from one faith to another.
More often than not, these conversions occur with scant information. Many are predicated on marriage, social pressure, and similar influences. Such conversions are particularly ironic, considering that every religion boasts new adherents originating from another belief system. It is perhaps prudent to assert that we all presume the tenets of each faith to be fundamentally the same. Yet, this notion is patently false. What if we have been deceived? What if we have been presented with mere half-truths? What if we have collectively erred? What if all that we have held sacred as truth is fundamentally false? As human beings, we ought to be perturbed by inquiries such as, is there a God? Do all religions converge upon the divine? Are there pathways leading back to God? Is there merely one route back to the divine? Or could there exist the possibility of multiple gods? Join me as we navigate the murky waters of religious discourse. However, I do not intend for you to accept my findings, opinions, and analyses without scrutiny. Rather, I aspire to ignite within you a fervent desire to uncover what might constitute the truth. This journey will resemble the arduous task of discovering a needle in a haystack. As we traverse these vast possibilities, I anticipate that you will harbor various opinions such as, this is merely another religious propaganda. He has undermined his own argument. He is also ensnared in dogma. He has been indoctrinated. This could indeed be true. These assertions are fabrications. Or this is utterly perplexing. Regardless of your thoughts throughout this exploration, my hope is to engage in more convincing than confusing discourse. Ultimately, I aim to serve you in your quest for what may be the truth. I leave you with this poignant question: does God truly exist? I come in peace, and may peace be unto you.
Thank you for watching Through the Lens with Bros T.